not only do we have STEM programs, but there are some specific benefits for students who want to explore these within a liberal arts environment. So liberal arts colleges are known for offering more of a broad-based education, more of an individualized, flexible curriculum, where it's less kind of prescriptive and less sort of focused in one area. We really encourage students to explore their area of interest in a bigger context or in more of an interdisciplinary way. So some students do enroll in liberal arts schools and just pursue one major, but more often than not, liberal arts students prefer to double major. They understand how interdisciplinary, how intersected disciplines truly are in the job market, in the economy, and their interests aren't just constrained to one area. So liberal arts students are ones who don't want to close one door just to open another one. They want to really pursue all of their interests and kind of make a more unique impact on the world that way. So in the liberal arts, like I said, you've got the option to double major. So this could be 2 STEM fields. This could be 1 non-STEM and 1 STEM. We have students, very common double majors would be like computer science and math, or biology and health sciences. We have a lot of quantitative economics and international relations. And then you've got some really cool, unique ones like biology and music. We've got psychology and cognitive sciences to understand neuroscience, artificial intelligence, the human mind and technology, and understanding all those together. Some of my favorite examples are things like chemistry and studio art, because my area of study at Beloit was really focusing on anthropology and material culture and objects and preservation. So some of the best technology out there in understanding like the composition of an art piece and how to identify forgeries and how to authenticate art in museums, that is a combination of chemistry and art. Like, you can't answer those questions without this interdisciplinary approach to your training. So it's really our double majors who are doing the best work in STEM innovation and research. We've got some students who started at Beloit, 2 of them started as computer science majors, ended up adding a double major in mathematics, both of them, and then ended up working together on data mining research. And they were able to put together some fantastic research through a fully funded summer research project at Beloit on how you can use data mining to help increase early detection of artery disease. So basically, pairing their interests in technology and their quantitative skill sets, and then implementing it into an industry, into healthcare. So we're trying to teach students that, STEM, you're learning a skill set, you're passionate about a field, but we want you to explore how you can bring those skill sets and those passions and apply them in different ways. So we feel that, by exploring more than one area, you're actually more competitive for jobs. Because as we know, the economy changes all the time. It's very complex. The pandemic has showed us that some industries rise to the top in terms of who needs them, and some of them become irrelevant very quickly. And the ones that survive, it's because there's demand, or it's because they have creative problem solvers, they have interdisciplinary thinkers who understand how to move it forward and to rethink their product. So we really, really emphasize faculty mentorship, the small class sizes, the amount of access and time and attention that you get to faculty, to technology, to resources for research, the amount that faculty want to collaborate with students and each other. To us, that also adds value, whether you're studying STEM or anything else, but especially in STEM. We feel that we want to teach both transferable skill sets and specialized skills. Again, that leads to more job security. Of course, we want you to be really proficient and fantastic in your area of interest, in computer science or bio or art or music or anthropology. But we also want you to have transferable skill sets so that if you lose your job, or if the job market changes so that this one particular job title isn't really out there anymore, we want you to be able to pick up and do what you love in a new way, and to just sort of land on your feet that way and have a more stable career and a more meaningful one. Career preparation in a complex economy. Like I said, all of us are trying to graduate students that are prepared. What's that data? So it's for jobs that don't exist yet, using technology that hasn't been invented yet, to solve problems that we don't know are problems yet. That's what all universities are tasked with doing. And at Beloit, we feel the best way to prepare you for that future is by connecting you to the things that interest you, by building those transferable skill sets, and yeah, just setting you up for success through all of this applied learning. And another benefit to studying STEM in the liberal arts is just that we do have, substantial scholarships and need-based aid available. So you're able to make this kind of education feasible, and really maximize your years knowing that, you'll be financially supported. And there's some really interesting data coming out as well, for STEM employers that are specifically seeking liberal arts graduates. You hear from, what was it? I think it was IBM. There's another big company, I need to find the article still, where they're saying, yeah, you know what, we've got enough specialized trained people. We've got enough brilliant minds who know exactly what they're doing in this way. We need people with soft skills. We need people who can communicate effectively, problem solve creatively, and collaborate productively, who aren't so narrow in their training that they don't know how to work on a team or don't know how to solve problems in a new way. They need people who can contribute to the creative and the ethical processes of developing technology. And a lot of that training comes from the liberal arts model. And so for Beloit, we're a pretty selective institution. We're looking for a certain kind of person. Like I said, our class size is about 1,200. We're about 20% international. We're looking to be a very diverse, very engaged environment. So yeah, we're looking for people who are fascinated by STEM and who are driven to solve problems and who know what they want to do. But more than that, at Beloit, we're looking for students who are just curious in general, who love to learn, whether it's computer science or learning something new, a field that they might not even have known they were interested in. We're looking for open-minded students. We're looking for hard workers, and people who would define themselves as multifaceted. Like, there's more than one thing that makes me who I am. And college, like, those are the years where you want to develop all of those things, not just like job training in specific. So yeah, a broader approach. And if we can go to the next slide here. I've just got some examples of the STEM programs that we offer. And I think it's important to note that, yes, we have that listing earlier in the presentation of the STEM OPT, eligible programs from ICE, but what programs each university has that are designated as STEM can vary. You've certainly got a bunch that are pretty similar from school to school. Like, engineering is always going to be STEM. I think biology is always going to be STEM, computer science. But depending on how a school has kind of proposed this to the US government, depending on sort of how these chips fall, some fields might be STEM at one institution and not at the other. So for example, you've got some information technology programs. If they're taught within like the letters and sciences, they're often considered STEM. But if they're taught within a college of business, sometimes they're not. So to avoid confusion, again, it's always really good to directly connect with the school you're interested in and saying, hey, I'm interested in psychology. Is that a STEM field at your school? And then they should be able to answer it. So I've listed here all of the programs that are STEM OPT eligible at Beloit. So we've got biochem, chemistry. Cognitive science is a really cool new one for students who are interested in artificial intelligence, neuroscience, that kind of research, because this is really a combination between psychology and computer science. We have data analytics, data science, geology, engineering, lots of environmental studies and sciences. So even studying something like environmental communication and justice is a STEM program at Beloit. We also have quantitative economics, and it's quite rare sometimes to have a business degree that is also STEM, but this one is a STEM program at Beloit, and then math and physics. So, what a lot of students will do is really, take advantage of that STEM OPT, extension. So they'll do a STEM major, like one of these, and then they'll add on a double major in something else that they're interested in, like art or music or critical identity studies or international relations. And that way you've got the best of both worlds. You've got that job security, you've got that solid thing on your resume, STEM, that everyone recognizes, and you get to pursue what you're passionate about. And you never know what combinations those will create for you, so that you'll have a really unique contribution that your roommate who's also studying computer science won't have. So Yeah, that's kind of STEM at Beloit. That's what we're looking for. That's how we do what we do. And I think we're going to pass it on to Anuksha now.